recording. So we're just going to go through the times tables, right? I think it's very important that we all know how to do our, multiplication. I already filled out the ones columns because why? It's just the ones. So I already did. Everything is just going to be that same number. So I'm not wasting too much time on those. So let's go ahead and get started. So my twos, I have 2 times 3.
6.
6.
2 times 4.
8.
8.
2 times 6.
12.
2 times 7.
14.
2 times 8.
16.
2 times 10.
20. 30. Wait, what?
20. 2 times 11.
22.
22.
22. Give me 1 second. I got to fix up attendance. All right. So it is 22. Then my threes. 3 times 2.
6.
3 times 3.
9.
9.
3 times 4.
12.
12.
3 times 5.
15.
15.
3 times 6.
18.
18.
3 times 7.
21.
21.
3 times 8.
24.
25.
3 times 9.
27.
3 times 10.
30.
30.
3 times 11.
33.
33.
And times 12.
36.
Okay. 4 times 2.
8.
8.
Times 3.
12.
Times 4.
16.
16.
Times 6.
24.
24.
Yeah,
24. So remember, I'm only calling out the ones that I'm missing. Okay. So 4 times 7.
28.
28.
Times 8.
32.
Times 9.
36.
Times 11.
40.
44.
44.
Wait, 44.
Times 12.
48.
48. Now the fives. This one's easy. 5 times 2.
10.
5 times 4.
15.
20.
5 times 4. Remember, you got to listen.
15. Oh, wait.
5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 3 is 15. So 5 times 5.
25. 25.
Times 6.
30.
30.
Times 7.
35.
Times 9.
40.
45.
45. You got to listen to what I'm saying. Times 10.
50.
50.
Times 11.
55.
All right. Now my sixes. 6 times 2.
12.
Times 3.
18.
18.
Times 4.
24.
4.
Times 5.
30.
2.
32.
Yeah.
30.
It is 30.
30.
30. All right.
6, 12, 18, 24.
6 times 7.
42.
2.
Times 8.
48.
48.
Times 9.
54.
54.
54.
Times 10.
60.
60.
Times 11.
60.
66.
56. Now number 7. 7 times 3.
14.
7, 14, 21.
20.
21.
20.
21. 7 times 3 is 21. Times 5.
35.
35.
Times 6.
42.
42.
Times 7.
40.
49.
39.
49.
Times 8.
56.
56.
Times 9.
63.
63.
Times 11.
77.
77.
And times 12.
84.
84. Awesome job. Now the 8s. 8 times 2.
16.
16.
Times 3.
24.
Excuse me.
Times 4.
Wait,
32.
32.
Times 5.
40.
40.
Times 6.
48.
48.
Times 7
56.
56.
times 9
4.
72. 72.
times 10
80.
80.
times 11
88.
80.
and then times 12
96.
96.
Oh. 96. I remember that.
Now the nines. All right. So we have 9 times 2,
18.
18.
9 times 3,
27.
36. Wait, 27.
90.
27, times 5,
30.
Oh my god. Ah,
45.
45, times 6,
54.
54.
times 7,
63.
63.
No, wait.
3.
54.
times 8,
92, 27, 30.
72,
72.
54, 63.
times 9,
72.
81,
81.
81.
times 10,
90.
90,
90.
90.
times 11.
99.
9.
Guys, if you have to burp,
Wow,
please do
wow.
not be on mic. Times 12.
108.
108.
All right. Now my tens. This one is really easy, so let's go through this
10,
fast.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
80. 90. 100.
90,
110.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80.
Now,
90.
times 11.
181.
110.
No, wait. What is it? Oh,
110.
110. 111.
420.
And then 120. So remember, you can just add 10. So 100 plus 10 is 110. Or if you
Added a 1.
look, this is really 11 and a 0 afterwards. Okay. Moving on. 11s. This one was also easy. 11 times 2
22.
22.
times 4
30.
33.
34. 44.
times 4 is 44 times 5
55.
55,
times 8
88,
88.
times 9
99.
99.
times 10 100. Oh, you know, times 10
110.
10.
times 11.
121.
Oh. 121 and 150.
Now the 12s, the last one. 12 times 2
24.
times 3
36.
36.
36.
times 4
48.
times 5
60.
50.
60.
times 6
72.
72.
Coco. Oh,
times 7
84.
84.
times 8
96.
Oh.
96.
What?
times 9
208.
108.
times 10
120.
120.
times 11
132. 132.
132. 12 times 12 is 144.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions on our times tables?
No.
So as we just saw,
No.
we got to hurry through our dividing multi-digits. So dividing is what I like to call reverse multiplication, right? My goal is I'm going to look for what number times this other number is going to give me the answer I'm looking for. So in the first example, 351 divided by 9. I am looking for something times 9 that's going to equal 351. So now, when I see it like this, in this kind of setup, I don't really like it. We are all, I'm sure, used to the little house. I have the little house. Now, on the inside of the house goes the first number. 351 goes on the inside, and my second number goes on the outside, okay? So now I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Now I'm gonna do it step by step. Now I know some of you guys in my other periods, it was the same thing. They already knew what to do and they were jumping ahead, but I wanna go step by step for those of us who might have some questions. So the first thing is, I need to go, okay, well I have 9. Let me look at my first number. My first number is 3. So what times 9 equals 3?
Nothing.
Nothing, right? There's nothing I can do there. So I'm going to go ahead And now I'm going to move over 1, and I'm going to look at the 35. Now I can go back to my times tables. Here's my 9s. Do I have anything that is either
No.
equal to 35 or what is close to 35 without going over?
27.
27.
27, which is going to be 9 times what?
3.
3. So I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to go ahead and put 3. Now I'm saying this is 9 times 3, which is 27. And now I'm going to do my subtraction. So remember that division always has subtraction. Why? Because division and subtraction work hand in hand. Okay, so 5 minus 7, can I do that?
No.
No, so I have to
No.
borrow, take away, regroup. Basically, I'm taking something from this 3. It now becomes a 2, and this 5 is now 15. So 15 minus 7 is what?
8.
8,
8.
exactly. 2 minus 2?
0.
0.
Okay,
0.
Wait a minute.
so now I'm going to bring down my 1. Now I'm looking at 81. What times 9 will give me something close to 81 or exactly 81?
9.
Exactly
81.
Times 9, right? 9
Yeah.
times 9 is exactly 81.
1.
So now I can come over here. I'm going to go ahead and write my 9 up here. And I'm going to subtract by 81. So 81 minus 81, what is that?
0.
It's just 0.
Yep.
So my answer is 39. Now, if I want to check this and I want to see if it's right, all I have to do is 39 times 9. So 39 times 9, so 9 times 9 is 81. I'm going to carry my 8. 9 times 3 is 27, and then 27 plus that 8 is going to equal 35. So my answers work out, okay? Any questions on this first problem?
No.
No.
Okay, so now the next one. So this one looks a little bit more complicated because instead of just one number outside of the house, I now have 2. I have 31. I don't expect you guys to know your 31 times tables, right? It's kind of a weird number to know. So what you want to do is, first I need to see, is anything times 31 going to equal 8? Yes or no?
No.
No, right? Nothing times 31 will equal 8. So I'm going to look at the 87. Now what I can do is the number, so there is a number close to 31 that is easy to figure out, and that is 30, right? 30 is just 3 with a 0 at the end. So as long as I know my 3 times tables, which we all should know, I can figure this out easily, okay? Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do, okay, well, what would be 30 times 2?
64.
60.
2.
No, just 60,
62.
60.
right? Because I have the 0 there, and then 3 times 2 is 6. So remember, I'm just estimating using a 30 because it's a little easier to multiply than trying to figure out and spend 10 minutes multiplying 31 by a bunch of different numbers, okay? So 60 is a good one. It is under 87, but let's try times 3. So what would 30 times 3 be?
90.
90.
90, right? I just multiply the 3's and then I stick my 0 there at the end, all right? So 90, that is too much, right? And I can already know that it's going to be too much because not only is 30 times 3 too high, but 31 is actually even more than 30, so it's not going to work. So my answer is going to be 2. So I'm going to put my 2 on the top, and now I'm going to multiply 31 times 2. So 2 times 1 is
2
2, and then 3 times 2?
is 6.
6, so 62. So 87 minus 62, so 7 minus 2 is
5.
5.
5, and 8 minus 6?
2.
2.
2. Okay, I'm going to bring down my 8 again. Now, once more, I'm going to focus only on the first two numbers, right? Because 31 can't go into 2, so I'm going to be looking at that 25. So I'm going to go back to my multiplication, and I'm going to look at my 3's. Is there any 3 that is close to 25 without going over?
24.
24.
24.
24, which is 3 times
8.
3 times 8. So I'm going to come back over to my problem. I'm going to put my 8 up here. And now I need to actually figure out what 31 times 8 is. So 31 times 8, 1 times 8 is?
8.
And then 8 times 3?
24.
24.
24. So 248. I'm going to do my subtraction. So 8 minus 8 is?
0.
0.
5 minus 4?
20.
1.
1.
And then 2 minus 2 is?
0.
0. So I'm done, right? Because I don't have any more numbers to bring down. There's nothing else I can do. So what is that 10 called?
The remainder.
It is the remainder. So I have 28 with a remainder of 10. Any questions on these first two problems?
No.
No.
No, we're good? All right.
Yes.
So we're going to do the next question. And I'm going to get my highlighter ready. Why? Because it is a word problem. And now, give me 1 second. Please. All right, so the average person has 1,460 dreams a year. What is the average number of dreams a person has each night? So first off, am I doing addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division?
Vision.
Division, right? That's kind of what we've been doing all day.
Yeah.
So it is going to be division. Now, what is going to go on the inside of the house?
1,460.
1,460, because it's asking what is the average number of dreams a person has each night. So now I need to figure out what's going on the outside of the house. So try and figure it out, put it in the chat. I have it set so that you guys only message me. So if you are a little embarrassed that you don't want to say, you know, what it is, go ahead and put it in the chat. So I see one person got it right already. Anyone else is going to put their guess in the chat? Otherwise, we will move on because I have 3% now. Okay, and this is actually the last example that I need the iPad for. So, Natalia, what answer do you think it is?
365.
Why?
Because it says a year. And it says dreams a year.
So it does say a year, and the most common answer I've gotten is people saying 1. Why? Because it says 1 year. But when you read the question, you really have to pay attention. It says the number of dreams a person has each night. So it's not talking about for the whole year. It's asking for each individual night. So if there's 365 days of the year, there's 365 nights of the year. Okay, and now I'm going to do the division, and it's the same thing. I want to check 365. Will I ever be able to multiply something that'll give me 1?
No.
No. What about 14? Can I go into 14?
No.
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 Now I'm at 146. That's a little bit more promising. We at least have the same number of digits. Can I multiply anything by 365 to get 146?
No.
No, it doesn't work. So I have to, unfortunately, look at the entire answer, that 1460, okay? Now, there is a hint I'm going to give you guys, a bit of personal advice. When it comes to dividing with such large numbers that you don't know your times tables for, my best advice to you is to test it with 2 main numbers. Number 1, you're going to test it with times 2. So you'd want to do 365 times 2. Why? Because everyone knows their 2's timetables. Well, most people know their 2 times tables. It's a bit easier, it's a lower number, and you can kind of figure out, you know, most of the time 2 actually works. So, you know, we already had 2 in problem number 2, and now we're going to test out 2 again and see what happens. The second number to always test out is 5. Once again, it's another times table that most people already know because it's simple. And 5 is actually in the middle of your range, right? Because you're usually looking for a number between 1 and 9. So if you're looking at 5, you're in the middle. So you can figure, okay, well, my answer ended up being too high. So I know I need to go smaller. Or my number is way too low. I'm going to try and go for a higher number, you know, like 7 or 8. The nice thing is if you test for 2 first, and then you test for 5, you can kind of look, you have a 50-50 chance, right? Because you've tested 2, it was too small, and 5 was too big. So you have a 3 and 4. So you got a 50 chance to get the right answer the next time you do your multiplication. So I'm going to try with 2 first. And 5 times 2 is going to give me 10. I'm going to carry my 1. 2 times 6 is 12. Plus 1 more is 13. And then 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 more is 7. So 730. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm not too far off. Okay. Now, if I notice, I have this 7. What is 7 times 2?
14.
14. So what I want to try now is multiplying again by 2. Now I have 2 options. I can multiply 730 by 2, or I can multiply 365 by what number?
14.
Not by 14. If I'm multiplying by 2 and then multiplying by 2 again, I'm really multiplying by what?
I don't know.
Yolanda got it, 4. I'm really multiplying by 4. I'm multiplying by 2 and then by 2 again. Or I can just say 2 times 2 is 4, and I'm going to do this. Now I'm going to show you both, and hopefully we can get through this so we can get this done. So 2 times 0 is 0. 3 times 2 is 6. And 7 times 2 is 14. So that works out. Now if I were to do 365 times 4, 5 times 4 is 20. I carry my 2. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 2 is 26. And then 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 more is 14. So both answers gave me 1460. I put my 4 on the top, I subtract by 1460, and I get what?
0.
0. So how many dreams does a person have a night? They have an average of
4 dreams.
4 dreams a night. Okay. Now, we just made that, right? Just got through that. I know that some of you guys were having some technical issues and might have been late. Do not worry. Once again, this is always recorded, and I will be posting it once we are done. So I'm going to now switch over because we are going to go over the PowerPoint. Because what are we doing on Monday?
I ready test.
I-ready testing.
Diagnostic.
The I-ready diagnostic, the I-ready testing, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're doing. Okay, so
Yay.
let's go ahead and do, oh, wait, let me see. This might be better if I do. Okay, so I can figure out how to, I did it earlier, but I guess I can't figure out how to do it now. So we all see the PowerPoint? Okay,
Yes.
the lady said yes, I'm gonna go and trust her that everyone else can see it too. All right, so get ready to take the diagnostic. What we will cover, things to know, what to expect, tips, and let's remember, and introduction videos, but we're not really gonna watch the introduction videos. But look at that, the iPad just died right next to me. So why are we taking the I-ready diagnostic? Who can tell me why?
To test our knowledge.
To know.
I like that
to see what
answer.
level we're in.
To
Those are
test our
good
knowledge.
answers. To test our knowledge, to see what level we're in,
Or
that
to
is
check
true.
what we need help with.
And see what we need help with, yes. So the diagnostic is important because it helps you and me, okay? It helps us both know what we already know and what we need to learn, okay? So let's say, you think, oh, I really know how to do division really, really well, okay? And then you take that I-ready and there's some missing gaps, right? Like, you know how to do division really well with whole numbers, but maybe you're not so great when it comes to dividing fractions, okay? So that's fine. There are usually holes in people when they're learning things, okay? So we're going to go over what you already know and what you need to learn. Now, it helps make the best use of our learning time. Why? Because then I don't waste a bunch of time on something that you guys are all really awesome at, right? Like the adding and subtracting decimals, right? It was a little bit boring because we were pretty good at adding, and most people are really good at adding anyway. But it's important because then I know what to really focus on and what we can just kind of quickly go over, all right? It's to show what you know. Try your best so you can show what you've learned. And then we have here what your after your diagnostic test, you will be given lessons, okay? So the My Path is going to be based on your diagnostic. So let's say you take your test, you get beginning 6th grade level. Okay, you're in the beginning 6th grade level. It's gonna give you lessons on the beginning 6th grade level stuff, okay? Like the decimals that we've been doing. The teacher assigned is very important. Why? Because that's what I will be giving you. Those are lessons from me that I am telling you, work on this. And that'll usually be focused on what we've done. So that'll pretty much be like homework assignments, kind of like the Khan Academies and stuff like that. I saw a question in the chat. I will be going over it soon, so don't worry. I'm not ignoring you. I'll talk about it in a little bit, okay? So if you try your best on the diagnostics, lessons will match what you need to learn, okay? The I-ready is an adaptive test. This means the questions change based on your answers. Some questions will be hard, easy, or just right, okay? Now, don't freak out. You're gonna see the same information on like 5 different slides, but I'm gonna tell you it every single time. Don't panic if it is something you don't understand, okay? The test is going to change based on how you do. So if you get a question that says, what's 2 plus 2? And you put 4, the next question might be, okay, what's 7 times 8? And if you get that one wrong, it'll say, okay, well, let me try a different question. And it might give you something a little bit easier, like maybe, I don't know, 5 times 7, right? So it is going to change depending on how you do. Now, don't feel bad if you don't understand the question, okay? There are going to be a lot of things that, we haven't covered yet. This is just the beginning of the year, okay? And also don't feel bad if you don't do so well, mostly because, right, last year we kind of ended, we were online. So maybe, you weren't able to really learn as much as you could, because all the teachers were kind of scrambling, myself included, scrambling and trying to figure out what worked with the students. You know, you probably didn't have a Zoom meeting, you know, like we do all the time now. I sure didn't. I met with my kids twice a week. So, you know, it's very different now than it was back then. So don't feel bad if there's something that you don't quite understand. So why is the diagnostic really important now? This past spring, you were learning from home. Doing your best on the diagnostic now will help you and your teacher know what you learned while you were at home and what you are ready to learn, okay? So again, that's kind of what I was just talking about. You know, you were at home. It could have been very different. You might not have been, you know, going to all the lessons that your teacher might have been giving you. I had some students that I never saw the rest of the year after we went online. So, you know, it happens, okay? So it is important that we take this seriously. What should you do? Remember this, again, this test is adaptive. You should try your best, but know you'll get questions you don't know how to answer. Do not panic when you get a question you don't know how to answer. Most likely we are going to learn it later on in the year. You just need to try your best, okay? Don't rush, but do not spend too much time on any one question. If it is a question you have absolutely no idea how to solve, I'm not telling you to not try. No, of course not. You should try it out. But if you get stuck and you really have no idea what you're supposed to be doing at that point, try and see if you can make sense of the answers that they give you. Maybe one of the answers you think, oh, well, that sounds like it could work, you know, and pick that one. Just don't spend 20 minutes, you know, pulling your hair out trying to figure out how to solve a problem that, you know, might be something we are going to learn in the middle of the year, okay? You will see questions you won't know how to answer because you haven't learned them yet. That is okay. Choose the best answer and move on, okay? Some things are going to be too difficult. Some things are going to be really easy. I remember walking around with my students last year, and they would have questions that were like, how many boats are in the picture? And you would just count 5 boats, and that was it. Okay, so they're going to be different. It's going to be fine. Choose the best answer and move on. So once you log in, you're going to see this screen. Obviously, we are going to be clicking math on Monday. This past week, you should have been clicking reading, but on Monday, we are doing math. You're going to see the math diagnostic. I think it's orange. I don't even know that it's green. I feel like it's orange, but whatever. It'll say math diagnostic. You're going to click it and start your diagnostic test. You're going to have to watch this video first, and then you are going to have to click on each button to watch a video about each tool. You must click on all of them before you can press start. Okay, once you start or resume your diagnostic, you will see this question pop up on your screen. Are you working in your school building today? Click yes if you are taking the diagnostic at school, or click no if you are taking the diagnostic at home. So we should all be clicking home, okay? And then you click the green arrow to move on. So they have the introductory demo videos. I'm not gonna play them. Helpful tips. Take your time and do not rush. Read each question and choose an answer choice carefully. That's very important. If you get a question you have not learned yet, try your best. Like school, your teacher and family cannot help. It also doesn't say it, but don't Google answers, okay? If you try and cheat for this diagnostic, you are only going to hurt yourself. Why? Because let's say you cheat on a couple of decimal questions. You use the calculator, right? You use the calculator, you put in these answers, but you don't really know how to do it. Then what's going to happen is we're going to keep moving. That's going to pop up throughout the whole year, and you are never going to truly understand what's going on. It hurts you to cheat on this diagnostic, okay? The diagnostic is going to be a grade. It is a participation grade. If you finish your iReady diagnostic, you get an A. If you rush it and you get flagged with a little yellow or red flag, and I see that you rushed it, you will not get that extra credit A. It's not extra credit, it's a grade. You won't get that grade, okay? So try your best, work hard. There's no pressure on here to you know, I'm not telling you guys, you have to get 6th grade or you don't get the A. No, I want you guys to take your time and do your work, all right? Now for math, show your work on paper for every problem. Very important, don't do mental math, okay? You guys will probably mess up. I mess up when I do mental math. It is very common.
Mental math cause problems.
Yes, it does. Mental math does cause problems. No matter what, don't use it. All right. And the last thing is check your work before going to the next question. That one is very important. Make sure that your answer on your paper matches the answer that you have selected. Okay. Today, you guys are going to have a little quiz that I'm going to post in Teams. And I've been seeing students do the work correctly and circle the wrong answer. Okay. So make sure you check that you're circling or you're selecting the correct answer that matches your work. Okay. Now, after the diagnostic, iReady creates a special report for you and your family. You guys are going to see something like this. I'm going to give you something a little extra as well. And it's going to show you, after the diagnostic, we can review your results and goals. So it's going to tell you where you were grade level wise for each section that's covered in 6th grade. So then we can talk about progress toward your growth goals, your strengths and areas for growth, and how you did. Now, the incentive I already mentioned, it's kind of a class and an individual incentive. You guys will get your participation grade, the A, as long as you don't rush your tests. Okay, so why is it important to try your best on the diagnostic? So that way, you're able to show me what you know. I can plan accordingly, and we can all make sure we get the most out of your 6th grade year. Okay, what strategies do you plan to use on your diagnostic? Well, you shouldn't rush. You should not do mental math, so write down all your problems. And you should take your time. I kind of already said that, that's in the don't rush, but take your time and read through carefully and try your best, okay? And what do you want to remember? Try your best. That's the number one thing. Try your best. Don't panic, and you'll get through it, okay? So that's the end of the PowerPoint. I'm going to stop sharing. So, Natalia asked about Khan Academy. So what is the question exactly about Khan Academy?
The question is I don't understand because there's a login and sign up. Do we sign up?
Okay, so no, you don't sign up. You click login, and then I post it, and I'll tag everyone again. So I posted everyone's sign-in information. Okay, it's on a little Excel sheet. What you do is you just click it. It's going to show you your username and the password, and then you sign in using that. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
No, you gotta press login.
Yeah, you press login, not sign up. And then the last thing is I'm going to be posting iReady contracts on the Teams page, okay? Now it is very, very important that you please follow my instructions exactly right now as I'm telling them to you. The only replies in that conversation, in that post on your iReady contracts is going to be your first and last name and your ID number, okay? You do not post anything else in that post, right? I had my other periods posting, Miss, what time do we have lunch? Miss, where do I submit this? Do not do that, okay? I had to make them a special announcement that said, follow instructions, all right? All you're going to do, it's going to be called iReady contracts. All you're doing is reading it through, right? It's just saying, I will not cheat, I will not rush through, I will not do this, I will not do that, I will do my best, things like that. All you're going to do is read through it. I put it in English and in Spanish. Read through it, put your name and ID number, and that's the way you are going to sign this contract, okay? Any questions for me?